The Cask of Amontillado is a short story written by Edgar Allen Poe. It's basically about a guy named Montresor who gets revenge on a drunk named Fortunato. He baits him into going down into his wine cellar where he claims to have a supply of rare Amontillado wine.
Proceed. Herein lies the Amontillado.
But once down there, Montresor springs his trap and chains Fortunato. He then builds a brick wall, leading Fortunato to his impending doom. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, I've seen this before, in movies, TV, books, and even on the news.
Their way through the school. Teachers raced ahead to classrooms, yelling for students to run. Someone
Maybe we shouldn't be showing this. Hey, can we cut that part out? Can we cut it out of the video? Oh, there I am. But in all seriousness, despite the Cask of Amontillado being an age-old revenge story, there is just one thing that makes it different from all the others. Its protagonist, Montresor. Why? Well, it's because Montresor is insane! Whereas that in other revenge stories, the character's actions are justifiable, Montresor just kills a guy for no reason at all. And usually that is something looked down upon in society. Kind of like the Holocaust. Oh. So was the Cask of Amontillado meant to be some kind of social commentary? Or was it just another dark and depressing story made by the master of dark and depressing stories? Well, we're about to find out. Let's break it down! Number 1. Lack of motive. From the beginning of the story, Montresor explains to us why he decided to kill Fortunato.
1,000 injuries of Fortunato I had borne as best I could. But when he ventured on insult, I vowed revenge.
Okay. What does that mean? Hey Montresor! What do you mean by 1,000 injuries? You see, this is the first problem with Montresor. He is what the literary world calls an unreliable narrator. This just means that he's lying his ass off. The reader doesn't know what actually happened to Montresor because of his vague backstory. So we really don't know what 1,000 injuries is. And besides, could someone really count how many times they were beat up? Then again, I do remember how many times I got beat up by the Sherryland High School class of 2012. You bastard. So really there is no explanation as to why Montresor killed Fortunato. We only have two possibilities. 1, there is no reason. Or 2, his reason would just make the murder even more inexcusable. Number 2, glee. Well, no, not the show. I mean the word glee, meaning high-spirited joy. For someone who's getting ready to pull off a murder, Montresor seems pretty calm. No, yeah, really. When he's taking Fortunato down there, it seems almost as though he forgot he was going to kill him in the first place. He has conversations with him, gives him drinks. He even advises Fortunato to go back because of his severe cough.
Come, we will go. Your health is precious. You are rich, respected, admired, beloved. You are happy as once I was.
Maybe you should have just taken a cough drop. In fact, I have some right now. Basically, what Montresor is doing is putting Fortunato in a position of vulnerability. Montresor mentioned this early in the story, that in order to exact revenge in his complete form,
I must not only punish, but punish with impunity.
This leads us to number 3, no sympathy. So Montresor and Fortunato finally get to the bottom of the cellar. Fortunato gets caught in the trap and Montresor begins to build the wall. A while later, Fortunato begins to sober up and realize the predicament he's in. So just like any other normal person, Fortunato begins to do what most people do in situations like this. Screaming! Montresor noticed this and begins to scream back comically at Fortunato. It is at this point in the story that we realize that Montresor really is insane. That he is doing this just for the satisfaction of bringing Fortunato's life to an end. Even when Fortunato begs for his life, Montresor just taunts him even more.
For the love of God, Montresor!
Yes, for the love of God.
Finally, the deed is done. Montresor got his revenge. Number 4. What does this mean? So what is the real meaning behind the Cask of Amontillado? Well, just like any other story, it can mean whatever the reader interprets it to be. But for me personally, it feels as though Poe is trying to give some sort of social commentary as to why people commit murders. It's like whenever there's a murder or a massacre, people always want the answers of why it happened. And after reading Poe's work, I think I've come up with one conclusion. There is no answer. There is no real reason as to why people kill each other, other than that it's just human nature. A great example of this is the film American Psycho. In it, the film's protagonist, Patrick Bateman, kills one of his co-workers out of jealousy, specifically because he has a better business card than him.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It even has a watermark.
In fact, both the Cask of Amontillado and American Psycho share the same plot structure. Both protagonists get their targets drunk, taunt them while they're oblivious to the situation,
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
bait them into a trap,
Is that a raincoat?
Yes, it is.
and then kill them. The only difference is that while Montresor performs the murder discreetly, Bateman does things a little more cavalier.
Hey, Paul!
I guess the point trying to be made here is that nobody really knows why people would commit murders in the same fashion that Montresor did, besides the fact that they're crazy. Despite the story's attempt to understand the insane killer, we don't know why he killed in the first place. And while we may never get the answers to why, we can only ask ourselves how. How can we prevent things like these from ever happening again? Number 5, I'm done. Well, that's it. I'm done. Although I do feel that the ending could have been a lot more better. So I'll just end with the end. Goodbye.